At the time we founded the bridge, our community had been involved in a study of teen pregnancy, and it was led by Jacksonville Community Council. And the issue was studied for 9 months. And at the end of the 9 months, there was a recommendation that Jacksonville needed a multi-service agency for children, similar to one that exists in New York called The Door. We did not have really holistic or comprehensive, what we now call wraparound services. We went to New York to see The Door. We just got so excited when we visited, and how could we do something like that here?
If I had to describe Davy in one word, I would say passionate. Passionate about everything she does, whether it's working with children, whether it's helping staff, whether it is meeting our funders. Everything that she does, she's passionate about.
With the help of everyone that believed in it, we were able to begin to put the pieces together. And we put our stake in the ground, and it all focused in on 8th and Pearl.
Davy's small of stature. She's soft of voice, but she's got the courage and the determination of the biggest giant you'd ever want to see.
If we were to give a grade to Jacksonville on youth today, I think we've certainly improved in many ways, but the world is also changing. And politically, I think it has changed in terms of funding, grants that are available. We certainly have our source here in Jacksonville. And two of the biggest movers and shakers in that, of course, were the Jaguars through Wayne and Dolores Weaver, and certainly Dolores Weaver's efforts.
Davy's touched the community too, community-wide. Many other executive directors or presidents of organizations. She believes in collaboration and, going to ask for help and going to offer help. So she's touched more people than I could ever imagine.
The second would be the Children's Commission. And I think certainly we have services for children that we used to just dream about. But I think we're still, as much work as we've done, are we at that point that we could be?
When I think of Davy, so many words come to my mind. I think of someone who is inspiring. I think of someone who's compassionate. I think of someone who will go to the ends. I think of someone who advocates for children and advocates for people too.
I think involvement in the community will continue to be very important to me, and working and being among what I consider the real champions. The real champions are the people that are on the front lines, the people that are in the trenches, working with young people at every age. And I think I will live a life of gratitude for that.
I know that with the staff, when they think about Davy, they think about as someone who is encouraging, someone who is always looking at the positives, someone who's always pushing them to be the best that they can be. No matter when you fall and slip, she's always there to kind of pick them up. And I think a lot of times people really appreciate that.
I am at a phase now where I can be a part of Women's Giving Alliance. I can give back to the community, give back to agencies that are doing such phenomenal work, such as Episcopal Children's Services, which has been on the front lines as long as I can remember, with really the 5-star rated child care centers when this community had so few. So those child care centers, being involved with whatever kind of children's services that I can be, but also maintaining a relationship with children.
I've always said if I could only clone Davy Parrish and send her out to meet every child, our community and our world would be a better place.
Because that's where we learn what they're really experiencing. And I find staying in touch, particularly with teenagers, it really kind of keeps you a little bit young.
And I want to be like her when I grow up.
I think of a My Side tribe And when you walk into the village, the question is, and how are the children? And the answer is, the children are well. And if we as a community could embrace that question so that we understood that the future of our children here in this community is the future of Jacksonville, and so that the question would always be, and how are the children? And we could genuinely answer, the children are well.